What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the BallGame podcast. I am the innocent bystander, Matt Sullivan.
I'm Trunks.
I'm Ortiz. I'm Chris.
Real quick, aside from just welcoming you guys back to the BallGame podcast, I would like to. This kind of feels self-centered, and
Welcome back, guys.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank
Welcome
you very
back
much.
to me and Trunks. Yes, I'm very happy to
Hello.
be back. Dean is not here just yet. He probably will be here on the next podcast. But yeah, we're back from our trip. Very happy to be back. Very happy to be back on this podcast. And honestly, Barcelona was amazing, but the BallGame podcast is even more amazing. So it's great. I'm just very happy to be here, guys. You guys had some great podcasts while we were gone,
Yeah,
but
right.
Let's go, Joe Cruz.
hopefully we continue that trend. Yeah, shout out Joe. Shout out everyone that was on the podcast while we were gone. O Sleazy, DeShields, Tom, Joe Cruz. What's his John. Yes. Shout out to all of them, man. Shout out to every single one of them. They produce bangers for us. Thank you for filling in. We do appreciate all that. So anyways, today we're going to be doing a center tier list for all the starting and some backup centers in the NBA. Very much excited to do this. We're going to obviously continue that trend with the power forwards, small forwards, shooting guards, and point guards. Also, stay tuned for the AFC East and NFC East preview episode that's coming very soon. We're just waiting to get everybody together for that because obviously Dean is the Jet fan. I am the Giant fan. So
Chris
that'll
is
be
a Dolphins fan.
I keep forgetting, bro. You have 50 million teams, so it's kind of tough there.
And Trunks likes football.
Hell yeah.
Go Trunks.
Woohoo.
What are you a Giant fan? Would you consider yourself a Giant fan?
If I was to root for a team, I'd root for the Giants, but
You gotta go.
I'm more of like
A student
I got
of
into
the game.
football
A
because
student of the game. I'm dead.
I got into football because of fantasy, so I'm more of a player fan.
Mhm.
But like,
so
who's
who's
your
your
favorite player?
favorite player?
Give
right
us your
now,
top five.
Jonathan Taylor, ain't
I
it?
know
it's everyone on my
It's entire
dynasty
fucking
team.
dynasty
It's my
team.
dynasty team.
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
So JT, Justin Jefferson. Who do you have?
AJ
after
Brown.
that? AJ Brown. Okay.
Aaron Jones,
Okay. Is TJ Hawkinson 5?
Joe Burrow.
Okay. All right. Well,
so you could be an Eagles fan for this. So you had AJ Brown, right?
I guess.
Yeah, but who's
you're
your-
an Eagles fan.
who do you like more, Justin Jefferson or Jonathan Taylor?
Jonathan Taylor.
So you're a
it's just-
Colts fan.
Yeah,
That's your guy.
Yeah.
my guy.
All right. So from now on, Trunks, the Colts have claimed you. You have not claimed
That's
the
fair.
Colts. The
You
Colts
should
have
root
claimed
for
you.
the Colts.
I-
That'd be cool.
I do root
Especially
for the
with
Colts when
Anthony
they're playing.
Richardson now.
I
too, like,
do
it's-
I root for the Colts when they're playing.
You root for
so,
Jonathan Taylor. You don't root for the Colts.
You root for your fantasy team.
I mean, if
Well, you're
Jonathan
now a
Taylor
Colts
plays
fan.
good,
We've
then
gotten down to the bottom of this. Congratulations.
Good job,
Trunks.
Sure.
Colts
I'll take
Nation
it.
has claimed you.
Thank you.
Anyways, all right. So back to basketball. And without further ado, I feel like, are we ready to get into this tier list?
I guess.
All right.
Maybe.
Well, let's do this.
Should we sit here and talk a little bit more?
About our feelings, or
I could talk
I
about
mean,
our
I can talk
feelings.
about my feelings. It's fine.
Be
Yeah.
sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, give us a 5-star rating if you're listening on audio platforms. Check out all our socials linked in the description below.
Hit that notification bell too.
Yeah,
For all the alerts
Yeah.
for when
Oh,
we
yeah.
post.
yeah, we're gonna
um,
have the clip outs coming starting now. We just posted one. We have a banger coming out on Wednesday, so be on the lookout for that.
Yes,
First
indeed.
player, we're gonna get a spicy one right off the ripski. Well, the tiers are superstar, all-star, starter, and below average. You guys see everyone's head down there and one man's body.
Lanky
The one
man.
Lanky man.
the one man's body didn't have a what is it?
headshot
A headshot on NBA.com. So
But
Yeah.
the first center we're gonna put in here, Joel Embiid, who said he just wants to win championships,
Doesn't
whether
matter
it's in
where.
Philadelphia or somewhere else.
New York.
So
Concrete.
It's pretty obvious that he's a superstar.
Pretty
I don't
obvious.
think anyone's going to argue that.
No,
Um,
just won the MVP.
They just win the
He's
But-
definitely a superstar. But what?
yeah. Well, we'll talk about it when we get in.
Yeah, there's not really much.
There's,
to
there's,
say
much,
about
There's
it.
really
there's
not that
any
much to
debate
say
here.
about it.
There's not a single shred of
If
debate.
we feel at any point like we need to make a different tier for like any of this, I'm not saying for Joel Embiid, I'm just saying for any of this, then obviously we will do that.
You're saying
But-
for Joel Embiid.
I am definitely saying
Yeah.
for Joel Embiid, but that's okay. Anyways, next
the
up, who we-
clear number 2 center in the NBA right now.
yes,
Yes.
the clear number 2 center in the NBA. Number 2.
All right, next guy, Robert Williams.
Mm. starter.
So below it is all-star, right? And then I think he's better than a regular starter. In the
He is.
NBA, but-
If based on the tiers we have, he's definitely the top tier of starter.
Yes.
Are we going to organize it like that?
I'm gonna
too?
put I'm gonna
Yeah.
put them in order.
In
yeah,
order?
we'll,
Okay.
we'll definitely put them in order for sure. But
So I think Robert.
I think
Williams,
he starts off this starter
Yeah.
tier. Yeah, I mean
definitely the
Agreed.
prototypical starting center you'd want to have on your basketball team.
for sure. Robert Williams is pretty simple case. Especially he might not start this year. Interesting enough, it's probably gonna be Kristaps, and I don't know if they're gonna start JT at the 4 or Al Horford at the 4, but they got 3 really fucking good centers now.
Maybe they play
Um,
massive.
Imagine playing Al at the 3, Rob at the 4, and Kristaps at the 5.
I mean,
I wouldn't be
I-
surprised if a lineup comes out at some point this season with that. That'd be insane.
I don't know about that. I definitely think they could start 2 of them though. And play
They could-
big.
they
could-
I think
No, I
I could see them
definitely-
playing Kristaps at the 4.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like
Well,
having Rob Williams in certain matchups is the
Yeah.
key. Have
yeah,
him
I
start.
mean, those two can kind of play off of each other. I mean, Kristaps
sure.
could stretch the 4, and obviously Rob is one of the better roll men in the league. So I mean, it works. But I don't know.
Kristaps
I
could
feel-
roll too. I mean,
Al can also start next to the 2 of them too. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's an interesting.
They're
thing
gonna
there,
experiment. They're gonna
for
experiment.
sure. Give
But
me
the
all
next
3
guy
guys.
is Kristaps Porzingis, coming off arguably the best
The
year
best
of his
year of his
career.
career, yeah.
23 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, 3 assists. He shot a career high from the field at pretty much 50%. He shot 39% from 3
On volume.
Yeah.
on how many attempts? Shot 5.5 attempts.
5.5 threes a game.
Yes.
Yeah, 5.5 threes a game, and some of them are fucking deep threes. Like Kristaps be pulling
he
up
has
from
that,
deep,
yeah,
bro.
he has that limitless range badge.
Yeah, that man does not care where he is on the court. He's shooting that. I think he's an all-star.
I
I
completely
agree.
sure.
agree.
And because he was relatively healthy this season, was he not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he stood healthy this season. He played 65 games, started all 65 of those. I mean,
Which
yeah,
is always a big question with Porzingis is health, obviously, and this is him in a sustained starting role. I mean,
Yeah.
if he could somehow continue to stay healthy and give you 60 to 65 games a season, I think it's pretty clear that he's an all-star level player.
of course.
He might even, for all we know, eventually make an all-NBA team. I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility. I love Kristaps, and he's evolved his game a ton
I miss
over the past few
Kristaps.
seasons. Yeah, me too, man. When we gave him up, though, he wasn't this player. I think this is the best version of Kristaps, in my personal opinion, because like obviously I know he was an all-star when we traded him, but he's added stuff to his game. He's one of the more efficient post-up players in the league. He's honestly became a far better passer than he was at any point in his career. I mean, those are weaknesses in his game when he was a Knick. So I don't know. Kristaps is easily an all-star. Easily.
Agreed.
All right, the next guy, Al Horford.
So the 3 Celtics back to back to back.
Back to back to back.
Al
He's a
Horford.
starter.
Yeah, I agree.
Do I put him
Starter.
above Rob? I don't know.
I think I'm taking.
I'm
Do you
taking
take Rob or Al?
I'm taking Rob Williams over Al Horford
So am I.
simply because Al Horford's getting older, and we don't know how long Al
Al
could
Horford
sustain
was
this level of
bad in the
play.
playoffs.
He was bad in
Yeah.
the playoffs.
I agree. I think it's close, but
He's definitely one of the on the higher end of starter for sure. Obviously,
Yeah.
Another one that I agree with. Yeah, honestly, we're probably going to find out that there's not that many bad centers on this list. I would take Rob over Al, unfortunately.
I don't think it's
I
really.
love-
I don't
I
think
love
it's really
Unfortunately.
unfortunate.
I love Al. I
I
love
don't-
Al.
yeah,
I think it's okay.
I think
I know,
I think
but-
Al will be just fine.
Al is
Mhm.
one of my guys.
So
But-
this is where the list might get a little bit interesting. We might not all agree on this one. The next guy is Nicholas Claxton.
I think he's the very top.
I think
of
he's
starter.
probably the best starter in the NBA, but he's a fringe all-star because he was in Defensive Player of the Year talks. That's the thing. That's why I
yeah.
wish there was a middle tier there because I don't think he's necessarily an all-star. But
I mean,
Want
we
me to
can
be honest
we
with you?
can add a middle
We could
tier.
add a tier if we must, but I think Nicholas Claxton is in the same tier of player as Kristaps Porzingis. They offer completely different things to
completely
the
different
table,
skill sets.
but I think Nicholas Claxton could be just as, if not more, valuable to a team than Kristaps Porzingis.
So obviously he's the far more versatile defender. That's pretty clear. I mean, he's
He's the
capable of
second best
switching out
perimeter defending big in the entire NBA.
next to Bam. Yeah, for sure. It's
I
tough.
wanna
I
I'm
feel
not-
like Kristaps gives you so much more offensively that
and he's still a great rim protector.
yeah. I just don't think they're on the same tier personally.
I
I
don't
think we
either.
can add another tier in between
I'm down for
all star
that.
and starter if you guys want.
An above average starter.
Yeah, what do we call the tier?
Fringe all-star or no? Maybe
Above average. Since we have below average.
we could do that.
Because I think Rob could step into that tier with Nick Claxton too.
I don't think Rob Williams is in the same tier
No.
of player as Nick Claxton.
I don't either.
I think they're close. Rob's just always hurt.
I think
I think-
Rob could be in the same tier as him. Maybe not in like the same like.
I think Nick Claxton is closer to Porzingis than he is to Rob Williams the other way.
Mm. That's
I
tough.
don't know.
I think I disagree with that.
I don't know.
I think you go either way with it though.
It's tough because I could see Kristaps potentially in a playoff series getting played off the floor, but I can't see Nick Claxton getting played off the floor, if that makes sense. But I still think Kristaps is the better player because of what he brings offensively.
No, I definitely think Kristaps is the better player. I think Nick Claxton is. We have two guys in that starter tier right now, Robert Williams and Al Horford. I think Nick
And I think he's
Claxton-
better than both of
He
them.
is.
Yes, I agree.
Not just better players than those guys. I think he's a tier gap above those guys. I really do.
I agree. I think we
He's
should add a
got-
different tier.
I
just don't think
personally
he's
do.
an all-star tier though.
I agree.
I mean,
I don't think he's an all-star.
all-star caliber works. I mean,
He could be a fringe all-star. Maybe an injury replacement if like 3 guys got hurt.
What do we name this new tier?
I would say above average.
We could do that.
That's personally what I would do.
above average starter.
That works. And I would personally have so I think Rob is I don't know, it's tough.
So I'm gonna change this starter tier and just call it average.
I'm with that.
How do I move this? Just talk for a second while I do this.
So with Claxton, would you say he's the second most important Brooklyn net from here on out? It's a legitimate question.
For that team
Yeah.
to-
I feel like it's pretty obvious.
It's either him
that
or
he
Cam
would be, right?
Johnson.
I don't
but-
even. I just can't.
well,
I don't
Cam
think it's
Cam
him.
Johnson, you have locked up for a little bit now with 4-year deal, right? Yeah.
Yep, they just re-signed him. He got big money.
So
Yeah.
much money.
Man got big money. And
I mean,
honestly,
I
it's
guess they
deserved.
expect him to play a big role in the future. So he is definitely up there with the key pieces that they need.
Yeah, I
To
think
keep a young core like that together, I feel like is important for all young teams going through a rebuild.
speaking of the Nets,
All right.
I think McCall makes the All-Star team this year. That's just that.
All right. I got it situated.
Okay,
So the next guy, Isaiah Hartenstein.
my guy.
Let's get it.
Below average.
Okay, fuck no, he's average.
No.
No, he's below
average.
He's not on the same tier as Rob
When he
Will
starts,
and-
he's good. No, he's not in this. I think
He's a good
close
player.
to Al.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Bro,
Mm,
no, he's fucking not. Stop.
I don't think he
Al
is.
Horford and Isaiah Hartenstein. No, stop.
I think he's
Get the fuck out of here.
he's close to Al.
No.
Al Horford just shot fucking 40% from three.
I know I'm
while
aware,
giving you
but he
pretty
sucked in the
great-
playoffs. He looked ass. He was borderline unplayable. Fuck.
Isaiah
You're really
Hartenstein's
just
not in
basing
the same.
everything off
I know,
playoffs. It's
I
kinda
know.
crazy.
Isaiah was good. Isaiah was good, but yeah, he's below average, I guess.
Yeah.
Good.
I guess.
Yeah.
Glad we agree.
Next guy, Jakob Podol.
I'm gonna be honest. He's on the same tier as Al and Rob, but I think he's a better player than Al and Rob, in my personal opinion.
Honestly, completely agree.
He got
cool-
paid
I'm
this
cool with
offseason
that.
too, right?
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, he
He
did.
did.
4 years, 80 mil. I'm pretty sure, and he deserved it. He's one of the best rim protectors in the entire league, and one of the best roll men in the entire league
Yeah.
too.
So the
I
next,
love Jakob, man.
Very
yeah,
underrated.
I think he's pretty properly rated now. He has
Yes,
a game.
people
named
have
that,
realized
you know,
what people have realized
Podol,
that Jakob
the
is a
game.
good player.
The game.
Hurdle.
Yeah,
Hurdle.
or whatever, however you say it. The next guy, I definitely think we're going to disagree about this one. Nikola Vucevic. I'm going to just say it off the rip. He's in the tier with Nick Claxton.
I agree.
I think
Yeah,
he's.
I agree.
I don't think he's in all-star territory
No,
anymore.
not anymore.
But he's an
But-
above
but
average
he's-
center.
I
Yes.
would take
He's
Nick
above.
Claxton
He's above
over,
the tier.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I would take Claxton over Vooch.
Yeah,
personally,
I thought Vooch
But-
was really, really good this year.
he was.
He was really, really good. I said it on our Eastern Conference episode. I did not mind the contract the Bulls gave him. Our options were sign Vucevic or have no center. So I'd rather have Vucevic than have no one.
So it was 4 for 80, right?
Nah, 3 for 60. Same thing.
Oh, pretty much. Okay,
Yeah.
and a year less. I actually like that. I think that's
I don't mind
less,
it.
I think that's less money than he deserves. If I'm being honest, like he should have got more than that.
He was very active defensively this past year. I felt like he bought. I mean, I don't know what you're buying into because the Bulls are mediocre, but mediocre.
He found the middle ground there.
Mediocre, but he bought into whatever we were doing. So yeah, I like
He
Vucevic.
did.
He's really a good guy.
Vooch's still a
He
baller,
took
man.
one game off the Raptors that one year. Just saying.
Yeah,
He did.
He did.
DJ Augustine.
He had
did
like
too, bro.
46.
Yeah.
That he went
He
crazy.
hit the game winner, no?
DJ Augustine hit the game winner.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
DJ Augustine hit the fucking game winner that game. And then everyone blew their fucking minds because everyone was like, yo, the Raptors are going to lose. The Raptors are going to lose. And then they went on and won the championship.
I don't think
Because
anyone
Kyle
said that.
Lowry had 0 that game.
nah. People were saying that.
People were
saying
definitely
the Raptors
saying
were
that.
frauds. They're gonna lose.
Yes.
Kyle Lowry doesn't show up in the playoffs. I'd take bench players. Kill
That's
Kyle
when
Korver.
Kill Kyle Korver and Deron
yes.
Williams happened.
Dwayne Wade
Kill
broke ass
Kyle
knees.
Korver.
Yeah, all those guys.
You give
So,
me
yes,
$50
people
million,
were-
I'm balling like Steph Curry.
People were definitely hating on the Raptors after that. And then they went on to win the championship. So don't hate after one game. LeBron loses game once.
So the next guy is Jared Allen.
Mm,
Pretty clearly in the All-Star
He's-
tier.
Yes.
But the question is, does he go ahead of Kristaps Porzingis?
I'm
Personally,
putting
I
him
say
below Porzingis.
I would
Personally,
he's
put him
below.
below Porzingis as well.
I think it's close.
I think he's close. I think he's honest. It's tough. He's definitely in the All-Star tier, but below Porzingis. I think Claxton's close to him though. If
I
I'm being
agree.
personally,
That's why I wanted to put
I'm being
Claxton in
entirely
this
honest.
All-Star tier
it's tough. If I
But
mean,
I
look,
think
we can
Jared
always
Allen's
review
still
it.
the better player.
for sure. But
Jared
I
is the
think
better player.
Nick Claxton's in the same
But
tier of.
I agree
I-
with that.
But I think this is where like maybe Jared Allen is the end of All-Star tier and Nick
Nick
Claxton is the beginning of the
Yeah,
next tier
probably.
level. So
But
I
they're
think
very
that's
close to each other. Yes, I agree with that
For
statement.
sure.
I don't think they're far off.
Shout out Jared Allen, man. The lights
fro.
were too bright.
He might get traded soon. Speaking of, because it seems like there's rumors floating around that Evan Mobley's going to be the center long term, which makes a lot of sense.
I've been saying that for
should be.
since they drafted Evan Mobley.
Yeah.
Man's got to just get.
I remember me and Dean got into a little altercation about that on the podcast.
Yeah,
not ready.
I don't, and I think it's like he does need to put on a little bit of muscle, but like there's not that many centers. in the
My
league now that are-
philosophy on it is, if that's what he's supposed to be, you drafting him to be your long-term 5, then you should groom him into that. He should get
Yeah.
as many
Sink or swim.
reps of the yes.
yeah, sink or swim
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Shout out Jared Allen, nice guy. Wears the simple clothing. Good guy.
He really does. He
does.
does not give a fuck about wearing like designer shit. I love it.
Next guy, I have a tweet ready to read about this guy. One of my guys on my team, Jalen Duran.
Mhm.
So before we rank him, I'm gonna read these stuffs. So according to B-Ball Index, his total roll man impact per 75 possessions was in the 84th percentile, not bad. Screen assists per 75 possessions, 5.5, 94th percentile. In terms of defensive rebounding, everything's pretty much above the 90th percentile. In terms of offensive rebounding, everything's pretty much above the 96th percentile, probably the 3rd best offensive rebounder in the league, maybe as a rookie. And then the interior defense stats were all great. Blocks per 75 was 85th percentile. The rim contest per 75 was in the 90th percentile. Rim points saved per 75 was in the 99th percentile.
Man loves Jalen Duran.
I love Jalen Duran. That's my guy.
He's
But
pretty
with
I think
that, at this
right
point, he's
now-
below average.
I would have been willing to put
Average.
him in average.
I was
would've
going to
been
say
willing.
average.
I think
with
he's
that.
I think
definitely
average.
better than
Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yes.
I completely agree.
Sorry, Isaiah, but
Sure. Is he
Yeah.
better than Al
I was
Horford?
honestly thinking
I
exactly
think
that.
he's better than Al Horford, but not
Alright.
better than the other two.
All right.
I would.
Let's go.
I don't
Me.
know. I don't
I
know.
agree with that.
It's close.
No, he's not better than Rob Will.
He's
No,
definitely
no.
not better
Are
than
we
Rob
doing-
Will.
No.
Because no one else we've really had to ask this for yet. Are we doing this as a projection for next season, or are we doing this as a
I feel
right
like if,
now at this current moment?
I guess right now.
I feel like if I'm
Right.
projecting,
I feel like I'm doing a little bit.
Honestly,
I think it's
don't
right
know.
now in this current moment.
I think it fits both, to be honest, with where Duren is. 'Cause
Eventually, it's not gonna though.
the guys above
Okay.
him are also very good. Like
Yeah.
they're average here, but like Rob Will is a very good basketball player. Jakob Poeltl's a very good basketball player. Like
Oh, if we were projecting, I'd put him in above average.
I
That's what I'm
probably would
saying.
too.
I think we
I-
should just do.
Yeah.
right now.
Right now.
Okay, so
That's fine. So yeah, that's a good spot for him in
I
between
like that.
Rob Will and Al Horford.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good spot for him. The next guy is definitely an interesting one. Mr. Beef Stew just got a contract extension.
The Beef
He
Stew.
was
4 for 54.
something like that. The only guy in that class who got their rookie extension that wasn't a max.
Yes.
So value there for Detroit.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
These contracts are going to look increasingly.
I think
good as
that's a
time goes
steal
on.
of a
It is a
contract
great,
for Mr.
especially with the cap flying up
Yeah.
too. Like
for a young player in the NBA like that,
For
yeah.
Mr. Beef Stewington. Come
Mhm.
on.
So-
Beef Stewington.
even
I-
with all that being said, I
wouldn't
think
be a-
he's.
Below average.
I think he's.
I-
I think he's
I was
back end
gonna
of
say-
starter or top of below average.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he's the tier of the end of average.
I think he's the top of below average. I just don't think he's the same tier as Jakob Poeltl, Rob Williams,
I
Jalen
agree.
Duren.
I'm cool with that.
I definitely agree
when
with
you
that
say it
statement.
like that, that's fair. If we must move him, we can move him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
but
even be opposed to eventually moving up Jakob Poeltl if I'm being entirely honest.
Well,
But
we'll
you
talk
You guys
about it.
probably
We'll,
won't think so, but
we'll talk about it when the list is done and more finalized.
fair enough.
Next guy, Miles Turner. I really don't
Okay.
think there's much to be said for Miles Turner. He's in that all-star tier for me.
I'm so
I-
happy
Really?
you said that. I
Wow.
completely
I was
agree.
gonna put him all.
I was gonna
I
put
love
him at
Miles
the
Turner.
very top of above average,
I mean,
but
he's just
I think he's closer to the all-star tier than he is to the above average tier.
I don't know, man. I
As-
think he's closer. It's tough.
Because who are you taking? Are you taking Jared Allen? Or are you taking Miles Turner?
Good point.
I mean, he's a guy who just really bloomed.
He
this
just does
past
everything.
year. I mean,
Yeah,
he's always been what we thought of as the prototypical center. He could stretch the floor, he could block shots, but he really blossomed as an all-around scorer. I mean, he
Mhm.
jumped from 13 points per game last year to 18 points per
yes,
game.
he did.
The rebounds went up again. You know, that's probably the biggest knock on him
That's-
is the rebounding.
And the fact that
But they
he's
went-
literally zero passing the ball, but you don't ask that out of
Yeah.
him. So
When you play with Tyrese Halliburton, that really doesn't matter.
yeah,
But it went up to the rebounds went up to 7.5 rebounds per game. Again, we know what you're gonna get. He shot 37% from three on 4 attempts per game. Like that's insane. Not insane, but that's
No,
that's
it's
really
great
good.
for a
That's
center.
very good.
That's
It's-
all-star caliber.
And he's
Great
still
for
giving
a
you
center.
2 to 3 blocks per game.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
had 5 straight years averaging over 2 blocks per game. So
He's-
yeah, I think
I'm putting him behind Porzingis above Jared Allen personally.
I think he's
I'm not
below
mad at
Jared Allen.
I think he's below Jared Allen too.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he is too. I love Miles
But he's
Turner,
a guy
I think he's
who-
below him
I could definitely see him being above Jared Allen, and
this season for sure.
Yeah.
He's a
1000%.
guy who, you know, sometimes like I struggle with where a guy peaked and potential and all that stuff. He's a guy who I don't think he's done. Like I think he could get up to 20 points per game. You know the defense is going to get there. I think the playmaking can improve slightly. If he could get up to from 1.5 assists to a game to 2.5 assists per game, you're looking at an all-star lock.
yeah,
He's gotten
No,
better
I
every
agree.
single
He's
season.
gotten better every
He was in
single-
trade
every
talks
portion
last
of his game.
offseason.
Yes, I would agree with that.
He was in trade talks last offseason. Now
He's
No, he's
borderline
locked.
untouchable
Yeah.
for them.
locked up. Yeah. Shout out Miles Turner, man.
He's a part of their future for
Yeah.
sure.
So the next guy is Clinton Capella.
So I think he's average,
yeah,
for sure.
I think so too.
Below
Below Jakob.
Jakob.
So
So we're putting him above Rob.
Fuck, man.
I'm
'cause
ready-
I love Rob Williams.
I'm ready to move Jakob Poeltl into the above
Thank
average
you.
tier.
Thank you.
Looking at
Yes.
this,
Fine with me.
Please.
That's
I'm ready to
do.
put him right behind Vucevic
Love
and
that.
then put Clint
Clint
Capella
at the
right,
beginning.
right ahead of Robert
Yes. Okay.
Williams.
Yes.
Sure.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
I think that
Thank you.
that just
Chris.
looks
No,
more
for real.
aesthetically pleasing.
Chris, for
But
real.
Clint
Thank
Capella,
you.
he's another guy. You know what you're going to get. He's going to rebound the ball. He's going to be great in the pick and roll. He's going to be an above average rim protector. So
typically, yeah, it's just typical.
That's all you
yeah.
could ask for from your starting center at the end of the day.
yeah,
For
shout
sure.
out to Clint. Next guy, his teammate, who could potentially be starting if Clint gets traded, Onyeka Okongwu.
So I think if Onyeka was given the opportunity, I'd even argue that he could be in that above average tier. Crazy enough. I love Onyeka Okongwu's game. But he's probably a below average center
Right
based
now, yeah.
on the fact that like he hasn't gotten minutes necessarily. So
In the minutes he has played,
I'd
I
be
feel
fine.
like he's
Yeah, I'd
been
be fine
phenomenal.
with.
very good.
I'd be fine with putting him in average at the
Okay.
end.
that's
Yeah,
fine with me.
I-
I'm
that's
so
fine.
fun. I love him.
Yeah.
I think he's amazing. Once he gets the opportunity, he's going to show out.
Yeah, I think that works.
He's there.
He's a guy who, if you look at his I don't have them in front of me, but if you look at his per 75 numbers, I'm sure they're off
ridiculous.
the charts.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a guy who could switch. He's a great rim protector. The mid-range game looks like it's developing every year. He's a guy who's going to be great in the short roll with Trae Young spamming
decent
pick and
passer
rolls.
as a center nonetheless too,
Yeah,
which
so
does matter.
he's a guy who should keep getting better as the years go
I
on.
definitely
Next
agree.
year, he could definitely move up a few spots on here.
Clear it out for him, Atlanta. Give him the job.
So the next guy is Mark Williams,
I
and I'm
love Mark
fine with
Williams.
putting Mark Williams at the very end, below Isaiah Hartenstein, TBH.
Really?
Wow.
If you want me to keep it a buck, I did not watch a lot of Hornets games after LaMelo Ball got hurt. I know I'm
I
on a
think that's- I
podcast.
think
I'm
that's
supposed to act like I've been watching. I didn't watch a lot of Hornets games after LaMelo got hurt. I know Mark Williams impressed.
So yeah, Mark Williams in the games that he did play, I caught a couple games. The type of player that we talk about with Rudy Gobert, crazy enough, like he's got that type of gravity and rim protection ability.
I mean, we saw that at Duke. the way he protected the
Exactly,
rim.
yes. Like he actually is that in the NBA too. He's a phenomenal rebounder nonetheless as well. But
He's a walking double-double.
that's fair. I mean, I'm with that.
I mean,
I definitely think he's above Isaiah and Isaiah. I think he's above
Yeah.
those two.
That's fine with
I
me.
think this
I'm-
whole bottom tier is interchangeable at the moment.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't.
definitely
I
not
think
in
he's
that
better than
average
those two.
tier.
I think he's better than those two.
He's not in the average tier.
That's fair. That's fair.
So then the next guy, this might be a little bit of a controversial one. His teammate Nick Richards, who I would personally put above him.
I think they're both in the same tier
I
though.
think they're both in the same tier.
for sure. I would put Nick Richards ahead of Mark Williams. So I think Nick Richards right now
Nick Richards
is a better
started
player.
the season off very well last
He's a
season.
great rebounder. He could score the ball.
I'm fine with having.
I'm not against
those
it.
two.
I'm not going to argue the
I'm fine.
below average tier.
Yeah, I feel like having those next to each other is fine.
I'm not going to argue the below average tier. I'm definitely not opposed to him being above Mark Williams, but I personally think Mark Williams is the better player right now, but it doesn't matter. It's
Again, it's interchangeable in my opinion.
I mean, me personally, I'd put him behind Mark, but
yeah,
as
yeah, that's what I'm
We
saying.
could do that. That's fine with me.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Sorry, Nick.
The next guy, one of my guys. I get so sad every time I think about him. Wendell Carter Jr.
I
Above
love
average.
Wendell.
Above average.
He's better than Clint.
Is he?
Yeah,
I think so,
love
yeah.
I
Wendell Carter,
personally
but
I
think
think he
Wendell
is.
is better than Clint.
Yeah.
All right.
I just think he does more.
No, I agree. Wendell Carter's amazing. I
He's
mean,
been
He
steadily.
had an
improving
amazing
his game.
season.
I'm not
Yeah.
taking him over Jakob.
Uh,
Then we got to put some respect on Jakob's name, Trunks. He's
I know,
not
but
on that.
we also
He's
gotta
not
put
on that.
respect on Wendell's name.
I mean,
I would put him
I
at the
mean,
bottom of below average. I mean, sorry, Wendell, of above average. I'd put him right behind Jakob on above average, personally.
I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with that too.
I mean, if you
I
guys
think,
feel
no,
differently,
I'm-
argue
no,
for
I'm
it.
fine
though.
with that. That's a guy whose points per game goes up every year. You see the defensive impact
Yep.
he has, and he's shooting the three ball more and more every year. He shot
Mhm.
4 attempts per game this year. Shot
37, right?
35%,
Okay, 35.
36 if you want to round it up.
That's
But
the only reason I was thinking taking him over Jakobs because of 3-point shooting.
But Jakob
Yeah,
is so
personally.
superior in almost every other area, in my opinion.
not defense.
Except
I
for
just- not yeah,
rim protection, he is.
but Wendell's a solid rim defender too.
He is. No, I'm not taking
And
that
he's
away
so
from him.
much
And he's more
more
versatile, yes.
Oh, you know what? I would take Wendell over.
I would take
over
Wendell
Jakob.
I'm
also.
taking Jakob, but
It's on you, Ortiz. You're
Yeah.
the deal breaker here.
Give me Wendell.
Let's
Wendell.
all
go.
right, fair enough. I'm not mad at it. I love Wendell Carter.
Be mad.
Would you take Wendell over Vucci, man?
I wouldn't personally.
I'd think about it, but no.
Well, think
Nah,
about
not
it.
after this
I'm
past year.
not.
If this was last year, yeah, because
Yeah.
Vucci wasn't good
Yeah,
last
the
year.
bounce back Vooch had
Vooch was solid.
Vucci
this
was
year.
really good.
Rock
this year.
solid this
Yeah.
year.
especially after
Rock
everyone thought he was going to
Rock solid.
Oh,
I mean, personally, I thought he was going to be a Chicago Bull next season.
I didn't think so either.
I thought. I mean, but then the Bulls, as Chris said, they are mediocre team, and they don't know which direction they want to go in.
Mediocre.
I'll ask you guys, since you guys weren't here for it. When we did the young core rankings, shout out John. One of the matchups was OKC's young core versus the Orlando Magic's young core. And Wendell Carter was included in the young core because he's not 25 yet at that point.
The Orlando Magic young core.
Whose young core are you taking? Markelle Fultz is still included in the Magic young core.
Yes,
All the
yes,
guys
he
they
is.
drafted. And then we all know about OKC.
Okay, so J-Dub, obviously Gideon, Shea, Chet.
The other Jalen Williams,
The other Jalen
Ousmane
Williams.
Dieng, Kaysen Wallace.
Bro,
Lou Dort?
yeah, I'm sorry.
Lou Dort was included in that.
Do the picks count?
No.
I mean,
Was Lou Dort included?
Yes.
He's still under 25?
Yeah.
Wow.
And no, the
Um,
picks don't count.
Picks
They're
do not
they're
count.
not
It's what you
players.
currently have.
Okay.
I'm taking the Oklahoma City Thunder's core. I've already seen. I know
yeah.
Paolo's going to be a top 10 player probably, but like I've already seen that Shea is a top 10 player. I've already seen that Giddy is like that guy so far too. Franz is amazing. Don't get me wrong. You're a big Franz guy. I already know that, but
Who you guys taking going forward? Franz Wagner or Josh Giddey?
I'm leaning towards Josh Giddey.
Um,
I feel like there's
I feel like Franz's defensive versatility gives me a slight edge for him.
Yeah,
personally.
I agree. I think I'd take the Magic's young core. Honestly, I just think they have more players,
I'm
players
taking
that
the
are better.
Thunder's young core.
Like, I know Shea's an All NBA player right now, but I think Paolo's got that potential to do that. Obviously,
Well, yeah.
like we
Who
said.
would you rather have? Here's my question: Chet or Franz as a long-term player?
I mean, we haven't
mean,
seen him play yet.
Exactly, but
I
that's
would-
part of the
so
argument.
I
I
would
would-
take Chet because he's
Whoa.
the second overall pick.
You just argued that we haven't seen him play yet.
I would take Franz. I think Franz has
I
top
would take
20
Chet,
player in
but
the league
I'm
potential.
taking Chet.
A guy at that size who's as crafty and as efficient finishing at the rim as he is. He's a guy
So
who,
good.
in his 2 years in the league, he's improved his 3-point shot. If you just look at him shoot the ball, that thing is pure.
It's pretty.
He's a above average playmaker. He was playing with absolutely no spacing last year.
Yeah.
You expect his assists to go up just probably 1.5 assists per game increase just from having added spacing this year. So yeah,
I think he's a guy that can average 21, 7, and 5.
Yeah.
Honestly, on like great
With-
efficiency.
and with plus defense, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm a big Franz
Honestly,
Wagner
yeah,
guy.
I
That's
agree.
my guy.
I agree. Franz
that's-
over Chet.
That was my point for I took Orlando over OKC too. And I said to John probably like 5 times when we had him on, Matt always says it's a wings league. The Magic
Yeah.
have
Let's
two
go.
wings who you could be looking at 2 top 20 players. Who one of those guys has the potential to be the best player in the entire NBA.
They just
So,
have
yeah,
so many
I'm
players.
gonna rock with that.
They have Cole Anthony.
It's
Cole
tough because I don't
Suggs.
think Cole's long term for them. Suggs has just been like
I know, but he has the potential
Fuck,
still.
Suggs had a
you know?
great second half.
He
did.
did.
Once
he did.
Fultz came back, it really changed everything for that team. And also, once Fultz came back, that's when Wendell started dealing with the injuries again. So, if they could stay, if they're healthy, they're going to make at least the play.
I agree.
Yeah.
No, I think they would be a sneaky team to actually.
I don't
avoid
know
the
if they
play-in
could get up to
entirely.
6, like to avoid the play-in. That would be the East is deep. But I think if they're healthy for a full season, obviously you're going to have minor injuries here and there. But if they're relatively healthy, they're playing lock.
I liked their offseason. Jed Howard was a reach for sure, but he could shoot. You just needed guys that could shoot. They signed Joe Ingles too. He's another guy that could just shoot. Like, I don't know. It's tough. Obviously that we're talking about them now, not their young core at this point. I'd still take OKC because I already have seen what Shea is, and that's all NBA first team. Like, that's ridiculous. Giddy's also great. Chet, you love Chet. You're probably the biggest
Big
Chet
Chet.
guy I think I've ever met.
Yay.
Um,
Love you, buddy.
but so honestly, let me ask you, since you are the big Chet guy, and actually we'll get to him.
Yeah, he's
We'll-
coming
we'll
up.
get
He's
there.
coming up.
He's
We'll
coming.
get there.
Well, why don't we just do him now?
Yeah, we could go
Might as
out of
well.
Fuck it,
order.
why
Fuck
not?
the
We'll go
order.
out of order.
Chet
Chet
Holmgren.
Holmgren. Here's the issue. He ain't played a
hasn't
fucking
played.
regular
He
season
hasn't.
minute yet.
Give
Um,
me average.
I'd put him at the
I would
back
put
of
him-
average,
I'm
above
gonna put him-
Onyeka.
I was about to say above Onyeka also. That's a perfect spot, I think.
It's real unfortunate that he hasn't played an NBA game yet, so I have no claim to back up. Because I was gonna say put him at the end of a above average, just because
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
no.
crazy.
No,
yeah. But I can't really argue for
That's
him here.
insane.
He hasn't played a game.
Yeah.
So
I'd argue putting him over Al. if that's what we want to do.
I don't think you can,
It's
bro.
just hard because he hasn't played it. I mean, but we've seen the summer league the defense. The defense is
Oh,
there.
God.
That he's one of
Mhm.
the best rim protectors in the NBA, and he hasn't played yet.
Well, we would hope. But yes, the instincts are definitely there. We've seen
And-
that firsthand. Well, not firsthand.
And
we
playing
weren't
for
there.
this, playing for the Thunder is just as we said it a lot when we were talking about the Thunder young core. It's just the perfect fit for a Chet Holmgren, a player that could stretch the
Yes.
floor and lock up the interior.
And especially
Yeah.
with a team that's kind of just becoming positionally versatile, where they like don't give a fuck what position you play. It's just
as long as you get
get
at
plugged
basketball.
in and play basketball.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty much what it is. I gotta ask you though. This is what I was gonna ask before. What do you think Chet Holmgren's ceiling is?
Oh, I say this all the time. I think he could be easily a top 5 center in the NBA.
Okay,
I'm
top
fringe
what player in the NBA?
I'm going to say top 3. He's number 3. I changed my mind. Top
No,
3 is number 3.
I asked-
Center or player in the
center.
NBA? Oh, center.
center in the
Center.
NBA.
Okay.
When it
Like,
comes
do
to-
you think he
oh,
could be the third best behind Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid?
I think he can. Yeah.
Top 15 player in the NBA?
Yeah. Top 15, top 20.
Okay,
Wow.
fair. Honestly, I could
I
see
could
it.
see it.
I mean, I say it all the time. Just the fit. Like I know OKC, it's just about stockpiling the young guys, but they're starting to put something together with the fit. And this past year, they had a top 10 defense with no center, and I think they were bottom half of the league, maybe even bottom 10 in the league in 3-point shooting. And you're adding a 7-footer who's going to be a top 10 rim protector in the league at minimum, who's probably going to shoot 37% from 3. Like, it's really
Yeah.
not normal.
No,
It's not normal how perfect he fits there. Like, everything's set up for the dude to succeed
yes,
and show out.
I.
Yeah.
It's really on him and his health.
Yeah.
But, like, if he's on the court, I'd be shocked if he's not succeeding, if he's not turning heads.
Especially with those two playmakers.
Yeah.
Especially with Shea and Giddey leading the offense. I mean, Case and Wallace off the bench and stuff. They have so many guys that can make plays for others. So many. So
And
yeah,
he's a good passer too.
He
Like,
is.
he's just so set up to succeed. But with that, I can't put him ahead of the Swiss bank.
I think it's fair to put him behind Al right now.
I think we can put him in superstar.
Yeah, right behind Al.
I could see him.
Sorry, Onyeka.
I would
Yeah.
argue
Sorry,
a little
buddy.
higher, but that's fine.
Did you guys see Ousmane Dieng in the summer league?
I have not.
Bro, he looked insane. He looked insane. He didn't play the first game, and people were saying he was pulling the Jonathan Kuminga because he didn't play summer league last year. And then I think he averaged like 18 in summer league. But like, bro, that dude is long. He could put the ball on
6'9",
the
I think,
floor.
yeah.
Like, I put out a tweet. Like, there's a real universe out there. I don't know if it's the universe we're living in or an
One of the
alternate
multiverse?
universe,
Yeah.
but there's a universe where Ousmane Dieng is the second best player in the Thunder young core 5 years from now. And if that world exists, it's a really scary world, and the NBA has no
The
chance.
NBA is in trouble,
the NBA
bro.
has no chance.
The NBA,
Bro.
if he's the second best player with how good Giddey and Chet can
Yeah,
be, like
I
you're
know,
in trouble.
I know the easy comparison for guys like this is KD, but like there were moments, and I know it's just
he
summer
doesn't
league,
have
but
the
like,
jumper like that.
bro, there were moments where this dude looked like fucking kid. He was just sizing dudes up, pulling threes down their throat, and there was just nothing anyone could do because he's just longer than everyone.
Speaking of people playing like KD, I saw on Twitter today that there's highlights of Thon Maker playing like
Oh my
KD.
God,
I
and-
saw that. I saw that.
It's crazy.
They
Yeah,
said
I don't know. I
Don
can't
Maker
get-
looks like KD out here in China.
I can't get too hyped about summer league, but
Nah, I
the
think
flashes are
I think
there.
that kid's gonna be really good though.
I didn't
think
even
he's
get
gonna
to
be
see
really
it. I'm
good.
sad about
It's
that.
crazy how we could call them kids because they're younger than us.
Yeah, they are,
Yeah,
bro.
same.
That's crazy.
It's scary.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
No,
crazy,
I
bro.
hate it,
Look at us.
honestly.
We lost our men's league playoffs today, and these
Oh,
guys
come
are in
on.
the NBA summer league.
You
Isn't
need
it
to open a
nuts?
wound,
One
bro.
guy in
Same.
the league, the dude on the Lakers, number 23 now. We look at him like a father figure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then there's
Father
other dudes in the
figure.
league who could be our children.
My glorious.
How do you go
king.
from 6 to 23, from back to 6, back to 23?
Like I'm LeBron. Yeah. Good one.
Oh my God!
My
Uh,
glorious king.
Shout out that man though. He gave it up for Bill
My
Russell.
glorious, voluptuous king.
Hey,
Yo, remember
Hell yeah.
what you said about Bill Russell? Their all-time draft,
Bro,
That was good.
He goes, Oh, I can't too.
That was good.
Dean, bro.
If you guys
Oh,
never
shit,
checked it
yeah,
out,
the
go
pod-
check out our old.
Some of our old
scroll
pods.
all the way down our YouTube channel and find our all-time NBA draft.
Just look at
watch that video.
Look at the background. You'll know the difference.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Go watch that one.
Wow.
But all right, the next center, Daniel Gafford.
All that to get the Gafford below average,
Yeah.
and I don't even know.
The bottom probably.
might be the bottom.
under. Yeah. Under Hearns.
No, not that Daniel Gafford is a bad basketball
It's
player.
just
He's below average.
he's the worst of.
He's the worst
This
so
list.
far that has been
so
said.
far. I would
He's-
agree.
He's the worst name so far. No
Okay.
disrespect
Is
to
that-
you,
is
of course,
that who I
Mr.
think it
Gafford.
is next.
I don't know.
It is who you think it is.
Oh,
the
my
next guy,
God.
I honestly can't see. so-
Nikola Jokic.
But I
He
thought it
can't
was.
see, but he knows
All
it's
right.
him. He smelt him.
Yep.
All right. Is there anything to say?
Just put him there. He's above Joel Embiid. All
All
put
right.
him in his own
There is something
tier.
to say.
There's
He
nothing
should
to
be
say.
in his own tier.
No.
He's miles
Oh my
ahead of Joel
gosh,
Embiid.
Trunks.
Sorry,
What?
buddy.
I figured it out. I knew
What?
someone was missing. You didn't put Bam on here.
Oh my
That was
god.
Bam. No, I have Bam.
Bam's
That's
not
crazy.
No, Bam's
I-
not here.
I
I
could-
knew you were missing someone. I just
Bro,
couldn't figure
what?
out who it was.
I could sit here and confirm
Bro, the
that
same thing
Bam
with
is
Mitchell
not on this
Robinson happened
list.
before. He's here. Like I don't get it.
Proof. Let me
Look,
see.
he's right here.
Oh. Show them what you showed us.
Hold up. I want to see this on the camera.
Yeah, they see it.
Yeah, they see that.
He's right there.
He's right here.
He's in my camera hole. That's
Yo,
weird.
all right.
All
So
right.
since Bam's not here,
It's obvious where he
it's
is.
pretty obvious.
He's the top of All Star.
He's literally at the very top of All Star.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if there was a tier in between Superstar and All Star, he'd be that.
Apparently, Joel Embiid would be there too. Apparently.
No,
And you're
no.
Okay.
Bam
Everyone
would have
just-
his own
everyone just
tier.
gets their own
Joel
tier.
would have his own tier.
We should
Jokic
have
would
made
his own
41
tier.
tiers.
Well, I
Yeah.
had
Like-
to start.
When we post this to Twitter and stuff, I'll add those guys before I
Mhm.
post it.
Yeah.
But for you guys listening, Bam Adebayo's in the All Star tier,
Yes.
the top of All Star tier. I'm assuming.
Above Kristaps,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, and above anyone else we have here, right?
Yes.
He's above
He's
Sabonis.
the third best
Yeah.
center in the NBA.
Okay. And then Mitchell Robinson would be.
Wait, bro, I
The-
added Mitch. What happened? Bro,
He's not here.
Whatever.
Mitchell
Anthony Davis.
Robinson.
Oh my God.
This guy just said Bam's the
never
third
mind,
best
never
center in
mind,
the
never mind,
NBA.
Never mind.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Anthony Davis
Oh, yeah.
is center.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I
he's a center.
forgot.
AD is going to be in the superstar tier.
Spoiler
Bam's going to
alert.
be the top of the All Star tier. But here, I'll just put AD
Yeah, might
there.
as
now.
well.
Yeah. AD.
There's not
Might
much
as
to
well just
say.
go over that.
AD's right after Embiid.
I would put him above MB, but that's just me.
Well, you're weird.
That doesn't
I
make
would put him above it.
like that. How
Embiid
is that
too.
weird?
I just feel
bro?
like it's
I just don't think it's his time to be above Embiid at the current moment. Embiid just won the MVP.
I think you go either way with it. I mean, I love
think there's
AD.
arguments
Anthony
for both
Davis just
guys.
had one of the best defensive
Yeah,
playoffs
he
I think
did.
we've seen in a very, 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 very long time.
He did. I'd put him over Embiid,
I would.
but you could go either way.
you would put him above Embiid.
So then we're done.
I would,
He's above
yeah.
Embiid.
Damn. Poor
Sorry,
MVP.
Joe.
when we did one of the TikToks, you were arguing like after Embiid got bounced in the playoffs, you were arguing that Embiid should be ahead of Anthony Davis.
Was that?
I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck if AD is up.
Way
and
to
down
stick
on
to your
offense,
guns,
too.
buddy
Yeah.
boy.
You were.
I don't remember what I
Joel was-
argued.
Because it
Joel
was
is up and down.
it
on
was a
offense, too.
TikTok I was hosting, and then I stopped hosting to yell. It was Would You Rather Anthony Davis edition.
Yeah.
Hope we don't get copyrighted from the BallGame podcast.
Oh, you did pick AD.
Yeah. Okay.
Anthony Davis. I'm taking Joel Embiid.
Oh, yo, fuck.
Uh,
With no hesitation either.
You said recency bias is crazy. I said, what do you mean recency bias?
Oh
Uh,
my God.
All right, next guy, Carl Towns.
Superstar.
So he's below Bam and All Star,
Yes.
and that's that.
I agree with that. So he's the okay. I agree with that.
Is
I-
he?
I think he's better than Porzingis.
I completely
Yes.
agree.
Yeah.
I think he's
Cat's
better than Porzingis.
Yes.
I would be remiss to say
As
otherwise.
Kat would say if he was here, he'd say, "No, no,
This what movies are made of.
10 toes down.
I'm here, 10 toes down."
This is what movies is made of. First game back.
I got
2 free
that.
throws to win the game.
I got that.
Oh, Cat is such a meme, bro.
Well, of course.
Cat is such a meme.
Yeah.
Yo, did you, bro? This man, Cat, really.
I got that.
I
This
got
man,
that.
Cat, really said that the Timberwolves making the playoffs last year and winning that fucking play-in game was a bigger deal than the Nuggets winning the fucking title. This
No,
year.
he
No,
did.
it
That
was.
was
He's right.
that was
He's
That's
crazy.
He's right.
insanity.
He's right.
Where he goes,
He's right.
we had 4 months to do it. They had a whole season.
He's right.
They won.
He's right.
They
Nah,
have a ring.
Fuck. I love him, bro. He said, "Don't worry about it. I got it."
I mean,
I really hope he wins the title one day, man. I really do.
in New York,
New
alongside
York, yeah.
Joel
Jesus
Embiid.
Yeah.
Christ. That would be
And
a
Julius Randle.
shit show.
No.
That'd be the worst starting five in the
No. Bro, he really said no after he had a put back dunk. Bro, he put that shit back and said no. Like he didn't mean to do it.
Bro.
He's a meme, bro. He's such a
I
meme.
love him.
He's
Oh
such
my
a
God.
meme.
Put him,
Below,
put him in superstar.
Yeah.
I'm completely kidding.
below
Aw.
Bam, above Kristaps.
Agreed.
All right,
For
the next
sure.
guy, his teammate, Rudy Gobert.
Ugh.
Below average.
Okay, so I know you guys are gonna say all this bullshit.
I am saying
What
it's
What bullshit? What bullshit? He's ass.
I'd put him above Vucevic.
Yeah.
I think Claxton's above him. Crazy enough. I think I'd argue he's above Claxton. I think it's very close. I don't take him over any of the guys above that though.
I'm out here. I'm out here. Ten toes down.
He blocking that one. Yo,
Good block. Good block.
That's
my
real
God.
good. That's gold. Honestly.
All that for Rudy to get fucking placed below average.
Rudy Gobert.
Nah, Rudy, as I said, I think he's either above or below Nick Claxton, but above Vucevic, in my personal opinion.
I'm taking Nick Claxton over Rudy Gobert. I'd rather personally have a switchable big who
Yeah.
also offers elite rim protection.
That's fine.
This
I'm taking him
season,
above Vooch. though.
Claxton was better.
I'm letting you guys grade him. I hate this man.
Rudy really had a I know everyone likes to clown him, but
Me.
for his standards, he did have a
He did have
down
a below average
year,
season. Yeah, for sure.
So
We hold him to a high. He should be
at his
in-
best, he's in the All-Star.
Yes,
tier,
by
100%.
far.
Yeah, for sure.
At his best, you could argue he's right below Bam, above Cat.
Barbecue.
Yeah.
Personally,
Yeah.
So
All right.
Yeah.
Next guy, Yusuf Nurkic.
Mm.
Very interesting
I don't
one.
even know where to rank this guy. To be honest,
Personally, I'd probably put him.
above Onyeka and maybe Chat.
I was gonna say right behind Jalen Duran.
I don't.
I would argue around that range.
I don't know
I
if
might
I'd
put
take
him
him over
above
Al.
Jalen Duran.
I don't know if I'm taking.
I'm not
him or Al.
taking Yusuf Nurkic over Jalen Duran.
No, that's under.
Okay, so behind. I'm behind.
I said under.
I'd take
I
him
think
behind Al too. To be honest, but
I would take him behind now too.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
behind Al it is.
sorry, Chat.
Yeah. All right. The next
Sorry,
guy, fan favorite, Kevon Looney.
Like he's
Okay, so
he's a-
I take
he's
him.
an all-star in that Warrior system. It feels like.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm taking him over Jalen Duran.
That's perfect.
I
spot.
agree with
That's
that,
the
yeah.
perfect spot for
Sure.
him.
He's definitely one of the
much
better
to say
average
about
centers in the
Mr.
NBA.
I
Looney.
love Looney, man. He does.
He does what a big man does. He
Just knows his job
Kevon.
and does it well.
Does it.
Get that
Yeah.
game winner against the Hawks. That was pretty cool.
I
He
would
made a
never
TikTok
forget
about
that.
that.
We did indeed. I will never forget
Oh, that was from the 3-man
the
podcast.
three-man we.
I
What a
spewed on
time.
Kevon Looney, man.
What a
I
time.
love Kevon, man. Respect to that guy.
The next guy, another fan favorite, Ivaka Zubac.
Fuck Zubac. Man, shout out to Vicha Zubac.
Honestly, I didn't know how to say his first name.
It's
either.
Ivica.
I've always just called
It-
him Zubac.
Yeah, it's a Vicha Zubac. Also right above Duran,
No,
but below Kevon Looney, in my opinion.
Jalen Duran's better than.
I don't
I
know,
agree with
man.
you.
I
He's
mean,
better than
Zubac
him.
can,
is good.
Zubac can get played off the floor in a series.
No, Zubac is a good player, but Jalen Duran's better at basketball than him.
I agree.
I
I
agree.
think Zubac can get played off the floor of the series, and I think that's
I
not.
think Zubac is better than Al Horford, though.
I might put him below Al.
I wouldn't drop him any further than below Al. Then
I think below Al is the right spot.
I'd put him above Al, me personally.
Yeah,
that's
above Al.
fine.
I
I'm
mean, yeah,
literally
around that
indifferent.
range. As long as he's behind Duran, that's all.
I don't
Yeah,
give a fuck.
I agree.
I
He's
would
not-
personally
yeah.
take him over Durant.
Jalen Duren's literally, now that I'm looking at this list and the guys we have here, like he's really the third best offensive rebounder in the entire NBA,
It's pretty good.
behind like Jokic and Loon. That's it in terms of
Steven
offensive.
Adams,
Bro,
Mitchell Robinson,
taking
both better
Jalen Duren.
offensive rebounders than
Fuck
him.
Mitchell Robinson.
Hey,
Speaking
He's not
of
even on the
Mitchell Robinson,
list.
speaking of Mitchell Robinson, since we will be ranking him,
All-star.
I'm taking him above
Well,
Clint.
let's do Mitchell Robinson at the end,
Yeah,
so we can
let's
know
finish
where
off
we're
everything
placing him in between. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Fair enough.
Next guy, another fan favorite, Mason Plumlee.
All right.
Left hand like
Mason
Ginobili. If I do
So
say
who's
so
at the
myself.
top of below average?
The
Mark
top of-
Williams.
Honestly,
So many Hornets.
I'm
Mhm.
putting him below Mark Williams
Above
and
Nick
Nick
Richards.
Richards.
Or are you putting them in between or below?
You think Mark Williams is a better basketball player than Mason Plumlee?
I was gonna say I'd
Yes.
put him at the top of below average.
If you want to put him
I
at the top
agree with
below
top
average,
below
I
average.
think
I was gonna say I'd put him above Onyeka. Honestly,
no, I wouldn't. I'd take Onyeka over Mason Plumlee
All right.
personally.
I agree with the below average. The top of below average.
Wow,
That's my opinion.
it's pretty shocking.
Where did we put him? Top below average.
Top below average.
average.
Cool.
Interesting. Very interesting. All right, the next guy, DeAndre Ayton.
I'm personally putting him at the very bottom of above average.
The very bottom of it,
I'm personally
I
putting
think
him.
right after Rudy.
Yeah, I agree.
Right after
Right
Rudy.
after Rudy.
He's better than Vucevic. Come on.
Yeah,
He's better than Wendell Carter, and he's better than Jakob.
definitely.
I would have Jakob above Wendell, but I'd have him better than Wendell, but not better than Jakob, personally.
Yeah,
But that's just me.
DeAndre Ayton.
Crazy enough.
DeAndre Ayton's floor is an above average center in the NBA.
I
Yeah.
agree,
But I
but
think this is the right range for him.
but he's currently at his floor. Like
I think this is DeAndre Ayton's floor.
I
Being
would,
a top 12 center in the NBA.
He's better than Vucevic, bro.
I don't know.
He's better than Vucevic. Come on.
He is.
He is better than
Don't
Vucevic.
play with him.
I'm
so
a big
indifferent
Gucci
to
man
Ayton,
guy,
bro.
I know you hate him.
I do.
But-
I fucking do because I
All right.
loved him. I did. I
And we
loved him.
hate Rudy Tootie.
Yeah, I want to put
rank
Rudy in
him
the bottom
fairly,
of below
yeah.
average. but-
No, it's not even that. I just think DeAndre Ayton is just. I just think there's so much more that's not there that makes me think he's a worse basketball player than he really is.
What is there for Rudy Tootie?
He's still one of the best rim protectors in the league, bro. Stop. He is. And he's still one of the best rebounders in the league. Like he is. Both of those things. But lob threat, screen setter, all that. But it's just too he just got fucking ass this season.
He got
Fuck.
ass. Way
He
to go,
got hella ass.
DeAndre.
Well, Rudy Gobert did. I'm pretty sure he has a hot girlfriend too. I'm not gonna lie. I think his girl's bad. I'm not gonna lie. I think his girl's bad.
Nice.
but-
Let's
We'll
see.
let Rudy know when he sees this.
I'll check this out for us.
Yeah, yeah.
Continue.
While he
double
does
check.
that, who's next on the list?
Next on the list, Domantas Sabonis.
I'm going above All-Star here. Borderline superstar.
Right above Cat.
Yeah, I
He's
think
above Cat.
I think
below
he's at the
Bam.
top.
Yeah,
top
Bam.
of this all the All-Star class.
He's above Cat, below Bam.
Yeah.
Does Rudy have a girlfriend?
Maybe she's not
No.
on his Instagram, but there was people that
Definitely not. on
there was a girl
Instagram.
that he was with for a little while. If you look it up, I don't.
We don't gotta delve
But she
into
was
Rudy
bad.
Gobert's dating history.
But she was.
I
bad.
think we just rank centers.
Rudy, bro. If you have a girlfriend, post her. Come on.
Yeah.
All right.
Show some appreciation.
The next guy,
Sabonis is below
Sabonis is-
Bam, above Cat.
Top of All-Star.
Yeah.
the next guy. I've been waiting for this one. Dwight Powell.
I think we need a new tier.
For the what? The Dwight Powell tier?
The Dwight Powell. tier.
It's just his
No.
own tier.
No,
He just goes at the very end.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
He is.
I take Dwight Powell over
fine.
Daniel Gafford.
I
Nah,
don't.
Probably not.
I
No.
wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'm
No.
sorry. I'm sorry.
no.
I think Gafford would be better with the Mavs than Dwight Powell would be. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Cool.
Damn, we didn't put Rashawn Holmes on here.
I mean, he might have been lower than Dwight.
Yeah.
No.
Actually,
No,
that's cap.
No.
It's an
I
argument.
think he might have been below Daniel Gafford.
he had a very down year.
Yeah,
he did. Rashawn Holmes did not have a good season at all. All right, next up is my
Alperen
guy.
Sengun.
Love Şengün.
Honestly, I'd put him at the bottom of above average.
I completely agree.
personally.
I'm 1000% in with that one.
Maybe above Jakob,
I wouldn't put him above Jakob.
No.
possibly, but
I'm
I'd
trying
put
to
him
think
below
if he's closer to Jakob Podol or Clint
I was
Capella.
gonna say, is Alprinson doing better than Clint Capella?
Yes,
I think so.
personally
Yeah.
think so.
But is
Is he above average? I get
I'm-
what you're saying.
I might put him on like at the
You put him at the
he's,
top
he's
of
gonna be the
average.
first of
I
average.
would
that.
say
I
he's
think.
I'm fine
top
with
of
that.
average.
I think
that's okay.
I think he is a fine cusp. That's the right word.
It's a fine cusp.
Yeah, I'd agree.
That's fine. Yeah.
He'll move up
Agreed.
as the year goes
Mhm.
on.
Yes,
Of course.
All
might be
right.
at the top of.
We should
above
honestly
average
save
this
this
season.
and then update it as it goes on.
Yeah.
Wow.
We definitely can.
Yeah, we could just move guys around instead of going through the whole
as
list.
the season goes. Yeah,
That's just Trunks has it downloaded.
All
Thanks,
right,
Trunks.
second to last guy. Well, third to last guy. Steven Adams, Aquaman.
So I'm personally taking Steven Adams over Al.
I'm not.
I
And if
I-
it's not over Al, then I think he's right below Al, better than Yusuf Nurkic for sure. I take Steven Adams. over
I think I'm taking
Nurkic.
him above Al, based on what we saw last season with the Grizzlies collapsing without him.
Who's right next to Al?
Zubac on the left.
You know who else we
I-
don't have on this list? Jonas Valanciunas.
Oh,
Bro, another one.
another one.
By the
What the
way,
hell?
Tell him to bring the yacht out.
Bro?
this fucking
Nah,
guy.
bro.
Nah,
He's right here.
Show the camera.
he is right there.
All right. You know what? There's other guys here that didn't make the list that because I don't know. They just didn't load on it for some reason. Such as Brooke Lopez,
Wow.
Naz Reid,
Jesus.
Walker
Trunks.
Kessler,
Oh my
Jackson
God.
Hayes.
Trunk. Well, get
It's
the
not my
fuck out
fault.
of here with this Jackson.
Just
Hayes
let him name the
bullshit.
players.
Yeah, that was all. It's not my fault.
All right, Jackson Hayes. No,
it didn't let
doesn't
me
matter.
add them.
But Walker Kessler, Brooke Lopez, Mitchell Robinson,
Bam Adebayo.
Bam.
Look, they're all here. It just
I
didn't
believe
let me
you
add
have
them.
a picture of
Oh
them.
my
Okay.
gosh. What could we have to do something.
We do have to do something. What do we do?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
We
Trunks,
can't
this just-
add. We can't import.
I can't add from my end. I'm looking.
Fuck.
Trunks, what if you
We could
place
just make a new
Wait,
thing
Trunks,
afterwards, but
Trunks,
just
what
say
if you
where.
what if you place a bunch of them on your tier list? See if you could add more. Like place like the first like 10 onto the board itself and see if you could add more from there.
Try to add them like individually. Like right now. All right. So
Anyways.
Steven Adams.
Steven Adams, I think, is above Al. But right
Do you
below.
think he's better than
I
Al?
think he's above Al.
Do you think he's above Al?
Actually,
I think
no.
he's right below.
He's
Al.
below Al.
Okay.
Well, there he goes.
All right.
He's better
Steve,
than
I
there.
tried.
This one's tough.
Superstar.
Victor Wembanyama.
The lanky boy.
God
Like
damn it,
him,
man.
man.
He hasn't played a single minute of NBA basketball, but I'm so tempted to put him at the very bottom of above average.
I think we should chat up there too then, if that's the case.
I'd put Victor Wembanyama above Vucevic.
Wow.
That I mean
I guess we just have more than a certain amount of players. I don't know what it is.
I mean
That's
And we
kinda
should have taken
fucking
some of these guys
insane.
out then.
Yeah. Oh wait, actually. Wait.
Get rid of the entire bottom tier.
Let me see.
honestly,
Fuck Dwight.
he's not the only one in the bottom tier, man.
Fucked away. Yeah, but I'd put Victor Wembanyama above Vucevic. I think he's gonna come in right away and be better than Vucevic.
Then I feel like Chet has to be moved up to the at least the end of above average. I think he's gonna come in and play an immediate role.
That's the tough part about this.
Bro, I submitted it and they're still not here. I don't get it.
If Victor's going in above average, which I think he should, which I also think Chet should be here, but I think Chet should move up if that's the case.
This doesn't make any sense.
Shit. Okay. I would put Victor over everyone in average, but I don't know if I'd put him over everyone in above average.
Not everyone.
No,
I'd
it's-
probably take him over Jakob and Wendell.
And
I don't know
Vucevic.
about Vooch.
So what I'm hearing is after Vooch.
That is
wow.
what you're hearing.
That's tough. That's very difficult.
Can we move Chet up
Chet up to where?
the edge of above, the end of above average.
No, I'll move him up a few spots.
I would be willing to move him.
I'll
up.
put him
I'll put him above.
right here, above Loon.
I'll take
After
that.
Loon.
No, I'll take that.
After Loon.
I'll take it. I'll
Yes.
take after. Loon.
Above Jalen Duren.
Yeah.
That's fine.
He's right. He's right next to him. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take that.
That's cool.
Okay.
All right,
so the guys
now
that
what
we're
are we
missing.
doing?
The guys that we're missing, we still have to rank.
It won't let me add them for some reason. I don't know why.
Gosh darn it, Trunks.
It's not my fault.
Okay. So Brooke Lopez.
Okay, Brooke Lopez definitely goes an all-star in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He
I-
goes-
And I take him above Miles Turner. I'd take him above Jared Allen.
right.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
Right
after
below
Porzingis.
Kristaps.
Okay.
Right
Cool.
below
I agree with
Kristaps,
that.
above
Right.
the other two.
I
Right.
agree with that.
We know Bam is above Sabonis.
Yes. He is.
Okay.
And then-
Jonas.
Jonas, I'd probably
He's
put.
it's definitely an above average, but where?
I'd put him below.
I'd put him below Victor.
who's- Hmm.
Jonas?
Wait, what?
I'd put Jonas below Rob Will.
Really?
Yes. Really?
Honestly, I'd put him above Rob Will. I'd probably put.
I'd put him at the
above
back.
Clint. I might put him
Honestly,
the top of average.
All right. That's fine.
I would either put him at the back end of above average.
I would
or at the
honestly
top.
put him the back end of above average.
Agreed.
I'd put him above Jakob.
I wouldn't. Actually, I said I would, but I wouldn't.
Yeah,
thinking
you literally
about it
said you
now.
put him above.
I would put him above Wendell. Wouldn't put him above.
I'd
I
put
know,
him
but
above
Jakob.
this
both.
is
This is our tier list.
Yeah,
not
I'd put
your
him
tier
behind
list.
Vucevic.
I'm not putting him behind Vucevic.
I'm not putting him behind.
No shot. I'm putting him over Victor. Sorry.
I
Jonas.
think he's in between Victor and Wendell, in my humble opinion.
All right.
I don't
I'd put him
think
at the-
Jonas Valanciunas is better than Wendell Carter at basketball.
We could put him below.
I think
I don't know,
It's,
it's
I think it's
tough.
arguable.
I think it is arguable.
I think he's definitely better than Jakob Poeltl.
Jonas is a good basketball, very good.
I think
basketball
he's.
player,
I
honestly.
in my.
I
book,
think you have
he's-
more of an argument for Clint Capella is better than Jonas
don't
Valanciunas than
agree.
you have an argument for Jonas Valanciunas is better than Wendell Carter.
I don't agree.
I mean, I'm fine
mean-
with putting him at the bottom of above average.
I'd put
I'm
him at
cool
the
with
top
that.
of average if that's what you want to do, Chris.
No, I'm cool with the bottom of above average. I'm just saying
I'll-
he's not better than Wendell Carter.
Right,
That's fine.
I definitely
Bottom
take
of
him
above
over.
average.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's
All right. And Mitchell
Walker
Robinson.
Kessler.
Walker Kessler he would be, in my opinion, above Jonas.
Is Victor before Vucevic or after Vucevic?
He's after Vucevic.
Can
have
we
it right.
put him before Vucevic? Victor is fucking better at basketball than Vucevic. Like, can we stop?
I mean, if
please?
you want.
Yes,
sure.
I really want to.
Okay.
Because then,
I want Jakob over.
because then
Wendell.
Walker Kessler is after Victor.
Ooh.
Ooh. Walker Kessler is better than Vucevic too. What are we talking about?
Walker Kessler was really good. I agree.
Well,
with
he
you,
wasn't
Lawrence.
just really good.
He was actually he was
believable.
above average.
But he was better than Rudy.
He was better than Vucevic. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. That's
All
where
right, I
he
put him
goes.
above Vooch.
Sure.
I'll give
Behind
that.
Victor.
I'll definitely give that to him. That's
Behind Victor. fine.
Behind Victor.
yeah,
I'd even put
okay.
no, I wouldn't put him above Victor. So then the last guy is Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
Is that the only important guy we're missing?
I'm putting Mitch above
Uh,
Clint Capella, below Şengün, in my personal opinion.
I might put him at the top of average because
yeah,
bias.
he's the last one.
Mitch? I think Clint Capella is better at basketball than Mitchell Robinson.
Mm.
Mitchell was ass in your guys' playoff
He
series
was
against
very
the Miami
bad.
Heat.
Very bad in the playoffs.
Like really
against the
bad.
Heat.
And he always be having these tantrums and shit
He
on
does.
Instagram and
But-
stuff.
On Snapchat.
Yeah.
I'm not including that as him, the basketball player, though. I'm not including that as him, the basketball player. I would personally take him over Clint, but I can understand why you would put him below Clint. So I don't mind.
Yeah, I'd put him below Clint.
Okay, that works for me.
Sure.
That works. All right. Here we go.
Bam
He's-
is above Sabonis.
Yep. This is the entire list. NBA centers tier list. The below average guys. Dwight Powell, Daniel Gafford, Isaiah Hartenstein, Isaiah Stewart, Nick Richards, Mark Williams, Mason Plumlee. The average guys. Onyeka Okongwu, Yusuf Nurkic, Steven Adams, Al Horford, Ivica
There we
Zubac,
go.
Jalen Duran, Chet Holmgren, Kevon Looney, Rob Williams, Mitchell Robinson, Clint Capella, Alpi Sengun,
Jonas.
Jonas Valanciunas, Jakob Pertl, Wendell Carter, Nikola Vucevic, Walker Kessler, Victor Wembanyama, DeAndre Ayton, Rudy Gobert, Nick Claxton, Miles Turner, Jared Allen, Brooke Lopez, Kristaps Porzingis, Karl Towns, DeMontis Sabonis, Bam Adebayo, Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, Nikola Jokic.
Perfect.
Solid.
I'm very
Love
happy
it.
with our list.
I like our tiers.
Me too.
I'm very happy with our list, personally. I think the tiers make sense as well. So, well, here we go, guys.
Congrats.
The ball game centers
Centers tier
tier
list.
list.
Congrats, everyone who's been rated nicely.
Yeah.
And for
Congrats
those
to
who are not,
Porzingis.
Congrats,
Yeah.
Kristaps.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Shout out
6.
Wemby.
He's the 7th best center in the NBA. And then Brooke 8th, Jarrett 9th. Wow. Some talent in the league.
I'm gonna give my congrats to Dwight Powell for being the last person
He
on
made
this
it.
list.
I mean, he made it
He did
over
make
Bam
the list.
Adebayo. So.
He really, he technically did.
He beat out Bam Adebayo for a
Brooke
spot on this
Lopez,
list.
Yeah.
Jonas
Walker
Valanciunas, Mitchell
Kessler.
Robinson,
And-
Walker Kessler. He been
But
out all
no,
those-
Dwight
all those-
Powell was here.
Yeah.
Damn right.
I don't know how this website picked like which ones not to include or not.
Maybe they
'Cause,
like
like it's
Dwight
not
Powell.
even like they were like the end of
They
the
thought Dwight Powell
or anything,
deserved
like-
his respect.
like yo, Bam's like right in the middle over
And then
here.
we
Like, what?
disrespected him.
Why this guy?
It's
What did he do?
crazy.
All right.
All right.
Blind rank these legendary NBA centers based on their stats. Blind rank these legendary NBA centers based on their career stats. Player A averaged 21 points per game, 9.8 rebounds, 1.9 assists, 2.4 blocks, and shot 50.4% from the field. Nice. Good for him. Player B averaged 21.1 points per game, 10.6 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 3 blocks, and shot 51.8% from the field.
How much? What was the field goal percentage for both centers?
51.8 for player B
Mm-hmm.
and 50.4 for player A.
I mean, it's based on these stats. It's pretty
Top
obvious.
to bottom, it is player B.
It's player B, but the better player is going to be player A.
Yeah, for sure.
But player B.
yeah.
I'm leaning player B. You want to guess who it is, Trunks? Who do you think player A is?
So this is all time, right?
Yup.
Player A.
I think player B is Hakeem Olajuwon. I don't know if Hakeem's points got that career average.
I feel like
I think he's going to give us a curveball. One of them is going to be George Mikan.
that's who I thought.
Wow. So
I think player B is George Mikan.
No, I think player A
Actually
is
no.
George Mikan.
I think player B is Bob Pettit.
No,
hope
we
it's
did
Bob
Bob
Pettit.
Pettit already.
Bro,
oh.
Did we?
3 blocks.
Remember, we did Bob Pettit versus Kareem.
Wait, it's not
Yes,
George Mikan,
right.
bro. George Mikan didn't have
So
blocks.
George Mike, yeah, George
So
Mike.
They didn't
was
have
the
blocks
era of
back then,
blocks.
so it had to be a guy that had blocks
I would imply.
recorded as a stat. So I feel like one of them's like Kareem.
No, we did.
No,
Kareem
actually, it's
already.
not Kareem.
Literally
Alright,
just
I
said
think player
who's player
B.
A?
Player B is no. The assists are too low.
Just
I don't
player
know.
A. Player B, we think is Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yes, player
Just
B
think
is
of
Hakeem.
player A because
Alright.
I don't have player A stats.
Player A is
Player A is.
I don't even know.
Chris, tell us who
Alright.
player A is.
All right. Player A is Patrick Ewing. Player B is David Robinson.
Hey,
Wow.
No curveballs.
No curveballs because it is legendary
Alright.
centers at the end of the day.
Oh, we
Straight
picked- we
line
picked the
drive
right one.
right down the.
I think
Right down
David
the
Robinson's better than Patrick Ewing. Yeah.
I think all
obviously.
time.
He
Fair
is.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out.
All right.
He's one
So,
of 8 players to score 70 plus. Just saying.
Yeah.
so something on Twitter that's been going around in the New York area, especially, is people have been ranking the Kings of New York, the athletes. This hasn't happened, but coaches. I mean, I might add that to the list. Anyways,
So odd.
we're gonna be drafting the Kings of New York. So how do I do this TikTok? How do I even drafting your best King of New York squad? Like, what the fuck is this TikTok intro? This is tough.
Draft the best squad using the Kings of New York City.
Well, we're not doing the city.
We're doing all of New York.
Draft
was
the
good.
best squad using the Kings of New York.
That was good.
Look at the camera and do it.
Oh, okay, I'm doing it. Draft the best squad. Draft the best squad using the Kings of New York.
Love that.
Nice.
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 Okay, here we go.
You have the first pick. You
By the
did
way,
intro.
Buffalo is
Me?
included.
Because
Oh,
Buffalo,
God.
if you guys didn't
Buffalo
know,
is in New York.
yeah, Buffalo
And we're
is a part
not
of New York.
Oh,
we're not
that's so
drafting
tough.
hockey players.
I mean, I don't know enough about
We
hockey
don't
to
know
draft
hockey,
hockey players.
yeah.
I mean, if you know hockey, which I know none of you don't,
No, there's only one player that I would even consider drafting
Who would it
in the Kings of New York.
Igor.
And it's Igor
Yeah,
Shesterkin.
that's fair.
Yeah. But outside of that,
Baseball,
nobody.
football, and basketball.
mhm.
Yeah. Baseball, football, and basketball.
You know who to pick, Trunks.
I
Don't
know.
overthink it.
All right. So personally, I do believe that the Knicks are the #1 team in New York. I do believe that,
Go New York, go New York,
but
go.
I'll take Aaron Judge.
Good job,
the first
Trunks.
pick.
It's the obvious
Yeah,
pick.
that is the obvious.
Bad
Yeah.
pick.
So is this the order that we're going? Or do you want
We'll go
second
this
pick?
way, so you get the last pick
Okay, fine.
for your plan.
Yeah.
With the second pick, I'm gonna take.
I think it's pretty obvious.
I'm gonna take Jalen Brunson.
There you go.
With the third pick in the New York draft, I'm going with Josh Allen.
Oh, I should have taken him.
Yeah,
Damn, I fucked up.
With the fourth pick of the New York draft, taking Aaron Rodgers.
forgot that guy's from New York.
Nice.
Am I next?
He's
Yeah.
dominated that.
How many
that
picks are we doing? 3?
3.
Do we want to? Yeah, I guess.
With the next pick, I'm gonna take Pete Alonso.
Okay,
Hmm.
that's an
Okay.
interesting one.
Oh, we're not doing
I mean,
the
He said it was my pick, so
back to back.
Oh, we could.
it's a
It's a
fixed
draft.
draft. It's a
Yeah,
fixed
it's
draft.
it's a fixed
now.
draft now.
I guess it's a fixed draft now.
All right. With my next pick, I'm gonna take Garrett Cole.
It's a good pick.
My team's gonna be shit.
I was gonna take Garrett Cole.
Yeah, why we do it like this?
Sully
Can
said-
we change it?
Sully
Yeah,
said-
yeah,
Change it if
fuck
you guys
that.
All
want.
right, Pete Alonso and Garrett Cole are scratched.
They are
It's your
scratched
pick.
off the board.
You should take Pete Alonso.
With my second pick in the New York draft, I'm taking Sauce Gardner.
Fuck.
2 Jets.
Mm.
He's gonna love me.
With my next pick, I'm going to go Garrett Cole here.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris.
Over your Mets?
Over. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good pitcher.
Fair.
I don't like the team he plays for, but he's still pretty good at the pitching thing.
Okay.
With my next pick, I'm gonna take Saquon Barkley.
I think he's fallen off.
I mean, no, he's
Just
because
because-
he's going to go to Buffalo, so he's still going to be in New York.
I guess, yeah. I mean, if that's what you want to say, sure.
With my next pick, I'm gonna take Pete Alonso.
Gotta be good anyway. Go back to back, Trunks. Your
Get
final
ready for
pick.
this one.
Fuck you.
What?
You're gonna steal my guy, aren't you?
No,
That'd be
Bro, please,
sad.
please steal
Nah.
this guy. 'Cause
Don't
I think I know
steal
who
my
you're going to
guy.
say.
I'm gonna
I don't.
I'm gonna get a pick out of left field, bro. With my last pick, I'm taking a queen of New York, Sabrina Ionescu.
Wow.
Is that allowed?
That's-
Respect.
honestly, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Cool.
That was definitely out of left field.
I feel like it's
That was a good pick. That was a
Thank
good
you,
pick.
thank you.
With
You got
my
this, Chris.
with my last pick, I'm gonna go with
Biggie Smalls. This bobblehead.
I'm taking Spider-Man.
Give me Peter Parker. Miles Morales.
I'm gonna go with Stephon Diggs.
That's a good pick.
He's better than most of the players, but I don't think he's more popular than some of the guys.
Well, the New York City guys just have an edge over the Buffalo.
I agree.
guys.
That's yeah.
With my next pick here, I actually am going to represent my New York Metropolitans and taking the best shortstop in the MLB,
That is
Francisco Lindor.
a guy named Ellie De La Cruz does exist.
Well, if you look at the stats, Lindor is number one in almost everything for a shortstop.
Good thing Ellie missed a month, pretty much,
Well,
or 2 months, honestly.
So that
anyways.
happens when you're a young player. You get called up.
Anyways,
Okay.
it's tough because Igor Shesterkin should be picked at some point in this draft, but he won't be. With that being said, I will represent my New York Giants, and I'm going all football with this one. And it's not a player. Sorry, Daniel Jones. It is Coach Brian Daboll.
That's a
As
terrible
he-
pick.
No, it's really not. He's probably the most
He is a
beloved
culture
figure,
setter.
and he's probably what he really.
He's a
no, he
coach.
is. Doesn't matter.
I don't know, bro.
Kings of New York. He's a fucking king now.
Stephon Diggs would
But he doesn't
laugh
play a sport.
if Brian Dable lined up across from him.
Good thing they're not playing sports. It's a popularity contest.
No,
Yes, it
It's
is.
the Kings of New
they're
York.
fighting
It's
to the
quite
death.
literally
Yeah.
just a popularity
I
contest.
take my team.
I take my team.
Popularity.
No, it's a fight to the
Aaron
death. We just
Rodgers,
said.
Sauce, and Brian
we just
Dable?
said it was a
Oh,
fight
If
to the
all of
death.
New York was voting, they'd vote for me.
That's just not true.
No, he
I'm
took
sorry.
a woman.
I
No
have all the I
disrespect.
have all the girls on my side.
Nobody
took a
is
woman,
picking
bro.
fucking Sabrina Ionescu.
Yeah, but you're
in
saying
this
if we're
draft.
doing a fight to the death,
I
I
did.
think you won.
Thank you.
Sabrina might be at a. You said
I honestly should
fight
have
to the death.
drafted Stewie.
Hmm.
Brianna Stewart.
Nah.
in a one-on-one matchup, I might be taking Josh Allen over Sabrina Ionescu if they're getting into a fist fight.
That 3-point contest? No.
It's a fight to the death, Trunk said.
Well, Brian Dable's fucking up Sabrina Ionescu in this case.
There's no
too.
shot.
All right.
No shot.
Jesus
No
Christ.
shot. No shot.
End the podcast. I don't know. End it there. End it there.
Shout out Coach Dabs, man. Oh my
Get out Josh
God.
Allen.
what a squad we've built here. Anyways, shout out to our partners over at SeatGeek. First and foremost, SeatGeek takes the complications out of buying tickets. They grade each score on a scale of 1 to 10, with red being a bad deal and green being a good deal. Please use our code BallGamePod for $20 off your first purchase with SeatGeek. Again, that is BallGamePod for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Thank you so much to everyone over at SeatGeek. Appreciate you guys for partnering up with us. Anyways, again, very happy to be back, guys. Please leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Follow us on all of our socials in the description below. And with that,
Ball game.
this